Hill makes a great play at the end there, being able to slough off in a man coverage. That's the kind of stuff that you want to be able to see. And then I thought the 2-minute situation was really competitive. It was, competitive throws and catches, good coverage, good rushes, good protection. So I like the way that these guys are positively pushing one another, but still being smart too. We don't have the pads on yet. That's when you can really get a good feel for playing real 11 on 11, and that's what we're looking forward to doing when we get back. We'll have the pads on the next time you guys see us.
Sean, between now and that first game, what do you want to see from Allen Robinson and his development?
I think just steady steps, just being able to continue to build the right way. Football is a game that's always made sense to this guy, but the comfort level, the rapport with he and Matthew, that I think is really beginning to show itself out at these practices. So I think he just needs to continue to approach it like he is, one day at a time, and feel really good about what Allen's done up to this point.
Can you see that he has 100% grasp, or is he still thinking a little?
Well, I think we're still kind of early on in our installs. We probably got about 65, we put 60% of our stuff in, and then as we get into game plan specific stuff, it's still, you don't want to get too carried away where guys are having to learn too much week in and week out, but he's got a really good grasp. You can see he's learned it the right way. There's certain ways that you want to teach, understanding concepts, different formations, how you can align in different spots, and so I think he's got a great grasp. You can see the questions that he's asking. I heard you guys talk to Cooper about this the other day. It's not just what's my assignment, it's what are the nuances and the mechanics within the frameworks of, okay, this assignment, but how do we want it run versus 3D 4 underneath as opposed to split safety match coverage, man coverage with low hole help. He's asking all those kind of things, which is what you want to see, and he and Cooper seem like they're a pretty good match the way they approach the game.
Obviously, this isn't necessarily like the time to be experimenting, but it seems like Matthew, as he's feeling him out as a target, is trying out a couple of different placements with Allen specifically.
Oh, I think it is a great time to be able to do that, because what a better time to have no real consequences if you're saying, okay, maybe that wasn't, or you find something out that you really like, and where does he like certain throws based on some of those isolation routes that we might activate with him. So I think that's the best part. I don't get too upset about mistakes, because these are the times to really test some of our rules, and then we learn as coaches as well out here, Jordan. I think the stuff that our defense is presenting to our offense, there's a positive push where guys are being able to learn, and you don't want to disrupt the integrity of what we're trying to get done on both sides, but this is the time to be able to do that, and I love that.
I know you're not in pads yet, but is there anything you've noticed from Cam Akers so far in practice?
I think he's just getting more and more comfortable. For Cam, he's so talented, Sarah. It's just about the game slowing down for him. Being able to recognize if he's used in protection. All right, if I'm getting out free, how do I make sure if there's any sort of foot traffic not to climb up on the offensive lineman's heels and be able to get out clean on some of my check downs, being able to read out the runs the right way in terms of where his eye progression starts. But I've seen positive steps with him, and I think Darrell Henderson's had a really strong camp as well.
With Troy Hill making the plays, obviously big for your team.
Yeah.
So how about with the leadership helping the young guys? How are you doing that?
It's awesome. I think, you see Jalen's presence out here, but anytime that you've played as much ball as Troy has, and, he's got a comfort in this system, being able to be here when we first started running variations of this in 2020, he played at a really high level. He's got familiarity with playing the star position, outside corner, and so when you have veterans that set the right example with the way they go about their work, it's easier to be able to see instead of sometimes anything that they can say, but these rookies are coming along quickly, and that's been exciting as well.
Darian Kendrick seems like he keeps showing up, making plays. What's been your impression of him?
Same as you. You could feel he's gotten a lot of targets thrown at him, and he's a competitive guy. He's that's kind of how he always was, even going back to whether it was at Clemson or at Georgia. Got a great feel for the game. He's got kind of a nice play swagger about himself, and he's an excitable personality, so it's been good to see him up to this point.
Sean,
couple more, guys.
Are you guys onloading Jordan Fuller a bit? This is his first live action since, he was out the entire offseason.
We are. We're being smart. There's a specific, just kind of progression that we have in mind where, you don't want to just have him come out here, take every single rep. And it works itself out really nicely to be able to rotate those three guys when you're talking about him, T-Rap, and Nick Scott. So that is the approach that we're taking, being smart with him, especially in the acclimation phase.
How soon do you think you have Logan Bruss in the starting lineup?
Oh, well, he's got to continue to progress. Right now there's a lot of guys that are doing some really good things. I've talked about Coleman Shelton, who's really played at a high level. Been really encouraged with Logan, but we got a long way to go until we have to make those types of decisions. Okay? Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Sean.
Oh yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait.
What's that feeling every year? That sort of that first time that you guys come out here all strapped up the way that you guys.
The feeling is you get to relieve a lot of stress. You know what I'm saying? Like built up energy that you've been building all off season. You get to unleash it on somebody else. I'm looking forward to it.
Now that you guys have had a few practices under your belt playing alongside Bobby, what's that like and the difference you notice with him and there?
It's been great. The biggest difference I see is he very efficient in his movement. Like he take a few steps and he making the play. Like he's very savvy. You know, he's a great addition for our defense.
Is that something that's difficult to do? You know, kind of slow yourself down and not take as many steps in a rush to get to someone?
Yeah, it's very difficult. That just shows his maturity, how many years he's been playing in the league. He just been through a lot of plays, a lot of situations, and he's been executing pretty good so far.
We always hear Coach say about stacking blocks. He also says camp is about coming together. As a veteran, what does that mean to you, to this defense?
We are already tight. It's just regathering our brotherhood because we've been all in different places the whole off season. Just coming back and just getting to know each other again and building off last year.
Is that done in meetings? Is that done on the field? Is that done off the field?
It's done in all three phases, from meetings, off the field, and on the field. Just staying close to each other. That way, if somebody do something wrong and you try to fix it, it's coming from a good place, you know, because we all trying to do the same thing and just win, you know.
How is it with Justin right now, and you guys starting to refill each other out a little bit, especially from opposite sides?
It's been going good so far. Him, Justin, T. Lou, and Chris, they've been all playing great ball so far. I'm looking forward to seeing them get out there in the preseason and the season.
With Terrell Lewis, in what ways have you seen him grown?
Terrell, I'll probably say he's been taking care of his body the whole off season. I could tell when he pass rushing, like he leaning, he dipping, he real fluent right now. I'm looking forward to him getting out there.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to follow up on that. Does it seem like he's got more confidence in the knee, just knowing?
Most definitely. He, I could tell he trusting it a lot more than he did last year. He executing some of his best rushes in training camp. I'm looking forward to him doing it with the pads on.
With the absence of a real veteran on the edge, are you kind of taking the position of bringing the younger guys up? You got the most snaps. Some of the younger guys looking to you for leadership and kind of taking them under your wing and helping them along?
You mean absent of Vaughn?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was here before Vaughn. So.
Yeah, but I mean, he's gone now, and so it's kind of you to take the new guy. There's some guys stepping up there. You're going to have to kind of bring them along, right? Kind of falls on you to help bring them along and coach them up.
My guy's hungry, you know. We looked at it as Vaughn came in, did his thing. Now he gone. Now it's their turn to do their thing, you know. We never looked at it as, oh, we lost Vaughn. It's gonna nah. We hungry, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna show that this year too.
And you're helping those guys along. Somebody's gonna fill that hole nicely up in the match. You got it, right?
Yeah. I'm helping them a lot. Anything they need, anything from run game to pass game, I'm giving my insight on it. You know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Leonard, what was it like to have a Super Bowl ring, and is it clashing at all with that belt, the big wrestling belt, or is it good pairing?
I ain't gonna lie, the belt is amazing. It's hard to. It's like Nick and Nat, you know what I'm saying? Because I love wrestling, you know. The belt sit up here in the ring right here, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. For me. Yeah.
And for those of us
Just a
who
couple
don't
more, guys.
follow the sport, did you get a chance to participate in some WWE stuff, or are you getting a chance? Because I thought I saw that.
Yeah, I actually was on a TV show on G4. I think the episode released today. I showed my butt on the show too. Like, y'all gonna laugh at me if you watch the show. Yeah, tune in to it. Yeah.
Seth Rollins today?
Yeah, it drops today. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Was it with
I'm on episode 2.
Seth Rollins?
Yeah.
So what did you? I don't follow the sport as well. What did you do?
It was like a competition. Me and another wrestler against the running back from the Chargers, Eckler.
Yeah, awesome.
And he had a wrestler, and we did different games. You know, cornhole. We did like charades, but you drawing. I messed that up so bad. Just tune in. It's funny. It's funny. It's funny. It's funny.
All good? All right. Thanks, Larry.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Larry.
it.
It's been like just trying to build chemistry with Matthew. Obviously, when he first got here, you throw her in the offseason program. We're kind of getting used to that now. What's that been like for you here in training camp?
It's been good. It's been exciting. You know, again, those little things like that, you know, make camp fun. You know, just always, like I said before, man, just making sure we're always on the same page. You know, as we're going through different routes, you know, timing wise, you know, ball placement, just everything. You know, constant communication. You know, from play to play.
How much do you physically talk to him after a play, or is it later on about ball placement? Yeah, I love that one here. I'm not as good here. Can you give us
A little bit of both. You know, again, I mean, sometimes, you know, snap to snap during practice, we had a time to be able to say that, you know, just to kind of, you know, start talking through it, you know, but a lot of times we'll go back on the sideline and talk it through, you know, talk it through after practice during film, you know. So, I mean, we have a lot of time, you know, but again, I mean, for us, you know, just kind of communicating from play to play, you know, because sometimes those plays come back up throughout practice, you know. So, again, if we could get something, you know, knocked out or just kind of, you know, clear up some communication, you know, during practice, you know, we try to get it done.
Obviously, you're a veteran, but new system, Sean says it's about 60% install. How are you feeling? How would you describe where you're at with this?
I feel pretty good. You know, again, I mean, again, just kind of, you know, learning some little nuances, you know, and things like that, you know, maybe like play-specific stuff or things like that, you know, but for the most part, I feel pretty good.
McVay's also mentioned that he thinks you and Cooper are very similar in the way you approach the game and kind of study the whole scheme. How has that been, like, developing that chemistry?
It's been fun. You know, like I said before, Cooper is a guy who knows a lot of football, you know, and who has played in this scheme, you know, since he got here. You know, so again, for me, you know, clearing up things or any questions that I have, you know, from as far as, again, alignment, different assignment things, you know, timing-wise, you know, I'll definitely ask Cooper, or like just as we're watching film, I tell him sometime, you know, during practice, you know, stuff that we can, you know, kind of talk through after practice or in meetings just to kind of go over it and different things like that. You know, again, I mean, just for me, you know, being, you know, having clarity to everything, you know, is best. You know, it just helps me play that much faster, you know, so I'm not going on the field thinking, you know, being able to, you know, make sure that I'm over-communicating and over-understanding splits and different things like that, because some of the small things in this offense, you know, go a long way.
Can you share with us about some of the deciding factors that made you decide to come to the Rams?
I mean, I think I've spoke about those, but again, I mean, Super Bowl champion, you know, playing with Matthew Stafford, you know, playing for Coach McVay, you know, having guys like Cooper Kupp, Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, you know, Leonard Floyd, Bobby Wagner, you know, across the board. You know, again, I mean, you can see this is a top-class organization, you know, and guys that I had talked to that had played here and guys that had played here, you know, I mean, everybody enjoyed it, you know, and it seems like a winning culture, you know. And again, I mean, since day one I stepped foot in here, you know, it's been everything and more. You know, so I mean, but that's what I had heard and assumed, you know, so.
Thank you very much.
Alan, in terms of going through some of the play design specifically with Cooper, he's been notorious in the past for presenting new concepts and ideas, even in meetings and to coaches. Working with someone you can truly collaborate with, what's that like for you? And is that maybe a new thing for you that you're experiencing?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. You know, again, as far as playing, you know, alongside another vet like that, you know, again, who definitely, you know, kind of sees the game through the same set of eyes as I feel like I do. You know, being able to just pick up things from him, you know, and take things from him. Like I said before, he has all the experience in the world as far as playing in this offense. You know, so knowing a lot of the nuances. Like I said before, split-wise, timing-wise, you know, where I need to get to on this, you know, certain things to look for on particular routes, you know, I mean, because he has the experience, you know, in the offense, and he's ran all these different concepts, you know. So again, I mean, I've been able to lean on him a lot, you know, as far as just, you know, learning the offense and just, you know, trying to find my way and find my groove through some of the concepts and some of the on the field stuff.
You've seen Matthew from afar. Now you're spending more time with him. What is it about him that makes him such a good quarterback?
I think he's a guy who, you know, he has a special trait of, you know, seeing the entire field, you know, and I think that whenever you have a quarterback like that, you know, as cliche as it may sound, is, you know, always having all 5 eligibles alive, you know, on every play, you know, truly makes the game come alive. You know, again, I mean, when you look across the league, you know, it's not many teams that have that ability to where anybody on the field can get the ball any given play, you know, and you see, you know, as far as weaknesses and coverages and things like that, he's able to get the ball to any place on the field.
Alan, as a veteran,
A couple more guys.
I'm sure you've gone through a lot of training camps being tested by rookie corners. I was just curious what your impressions have been of Darian Kendrick so far.
He's a competitor. He's a competitor, man. He's good. You know, he's been playing hard. You know, he's a good competitor. You know, again, I mean, and that's what you want. You know, as far as, you know, young guys, veterans, whoever. You know, you want that competition in training camp. You know, again, that's what gets you ready for the season. You know, so you can kind of go back and look at different things. You know, he made a couple good plays today. You know, so as far as I go back, you know, assess the things that I could do better. You know, that's what you want. You know, so that you're constantly kind of putting yourself in that mentality. You know, getting ready for the season, seeing different things in the roster. Okay, seeing what I could have done here, what I could have done here. You know, how to make those plays better. You know, again, and being able to see those things in the 4th day of camp. You know, rather trying to make those, you know, adjustments or seeing those things in the season. You know, is when you have a good team. You know, that's kind of the you know, you have a step ahead of others when you're having a good-on-good competition like that.
Alan, you already knew Vanning from before you guys put the Rams, but just having him around to help you out, how's that been for you?
It's been good. You know, again, like I said, I've known Van for years, you know, so, again, being able to, you know, just kind of communicate, you know, to him different things and having him, you know, help me out. And, again, I mean, everybody in the receiving room and truly on the staff and in the organization, you know, has helped me, you know, make a very smooth transition. You know, again, I mean, to date, you know, as far as where I'm at right now, you know, I still feel like I have a long way to go just as far as, you know, continuing to fine-tune everything, you know, my knowledge of the offense, my knowledge of certain things on the field, certain things that I need to get better at. But as far as just, you know, learning and things like that, you know, I feel good about what I've learned and processing those things, that, you know, thus far, and just trying to continue to improve on that.
All set? Cool.
Thanks very much.
Appreciate it.